ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। शुक्ल यजुर्वेदीय काण्व शाखीय बृहदारण्यक उपनिषद. In this we are seeing Ghata Bhashya, page number 38. Karya Sattva, Karana Sattva, Siddhi is done. First line in Bhashya we are going to see now. So Purva Pakshi's question is, Siddhanti said, for Ghata, Pinda or Karyantara, whatever other Karya is there, that Karyantara is Avaranam. When Pinda is there, Ghata is Avrita. When Ghata is there, Pinda is Avrita. Mritika is there all the time. Purvapakshi says, Pindadi, they are not Avarana for Ghata because they are in the Samana Desha. Samana Desha Vastu cannot be Avaranam. In Tika we saw yesterday, Yad Yasya Avaranam na Tattena Samana Desham. Do you remember, right? Ghata, its Avaranam is Pata, it is not Samana Desham, or Kudya, Vitti is not in the Samana Desha. Yatha Kudyadi iti Shankate. Pind Bhashya, first line. पिंड कपालादेहे आवरण वैलक्षण्यात अयुक्तम इति चेत. पिंड कपालादेहे आवरण वैलक्षण्यात. पिंड कपाल, they all have different avarana. Avarana वैलक्षण्यात अयुक्तम. अयुक्तम घटादेहे पिंडादिना आवृतत्व कथनम. One number tippani. What is ayuktam? That what you said, that Ghatadi has Pindadi as the covering. This statement is not correct. Why? Because Pinda, Kapala, they all have Avarana Vailakshanyam. Pinda is different. See, Ghata can have Pinda also as Avarana, Kapala is also Avarana. Siddhanti said. Purvapakshi says Pinda is different, Kapala is different. In Ghata, can you say Pinda you have removed or Kapala you have removed? What have you done? So these Avarana, they are different. Avarana Vailakshanyat, this argument is not correct. In Tika, Vyatireki Anumanam Vivranoti. Vyatireki Anumanam. So Purvapakshi is explaining this. Tama ityadina. Tamaha in Bhashya. Tamaha kudyadi. He ghatadi avaranam. Ghatadi bhinna desham drashtam. Who is doing this vivranam? Purvapakshi only. Tamaha can be avarana. Kudyadi can be avarana. Walls, etc. These avarana, ghatadi avaranam, ghatadi bhinna desham drashtam. Ghata is in one desha, the avarana is in bhinna desha. न तथा घटादि भिन्न देशे दृष्टे पिंड कपाले. घटादि भिन्न देशे पिंड कपाले न दृष्टे. Where घट is, there itself kapala is there itself पिंड कपाले द्वंद्व पिंडंच कपालं च इति पिंड कपाले न दृष्टे. तस्मात् पिंड कपाल संस्थानयोः विद्यमानस्य एव. So this is anumana phalam. According to Tikakar, anumana phalam nigamayati. He concludes, therefore, tasmat pinda kapala sansthanayoho vidyamanasya eva ghatasya avrutatvat. Pinda kapala sansthanayoho vidyamanasya eva ghatasya avrutatvat. अनुपलब्धि इति अयुक्तम आवरण धर्म वैलक्षण्यात् इति चेत. So Pinda Kapala Sanstana, where Pinda is staying, Kapala is staying, Pinda Kapala Sanstana Yoho, Vidyamanasya eva Ghatasya Avrutatvat. They can cover Vidyamana Ghata, Vidyamanasya eva Ghatasya Avrutatvat. Anupalabdhihi iti, and therefore that Ghata is Anupalabdha iti Ayuktam Avarana Dharma Vailakshanyat. Iti Ayuktam Avarana Dharma Vailakshanyat. Avarana dharma is different. So what is said here is Pinda Kapala. When they are there, then Vidyamana Ghata, its Anupalabdhi. Vidyamana Ghata can be covered, then its Anupalabdhi will be there. This statement is Ayuktam in this way. पिंड कपाल संस्थानयोः विद्यमानस्य एव घटस्य आवृतत्वात् अनुपलब्धि इति अयुक्तम. This statement is not correct. Means pinda and kapala, when they are there, then vidyamana ghata which is present there, avrutatvat is covered, and therefore it is not available. This is not true, Purvapakshi says. Why it is not true? Because it has to be in bhinna desha. And avarana dharma vailakshanya, this hetu, what he said, that avarana dharma vailakshanya for bhitti or for pinda, etc., prakasha, absence of light, darkness. So they are two distinct. Avarana dharma vailakshanya is bhitti, prakasha, tamaha. Bhitti and tamaha, they are different kind of avarana. Pinda, kapala, they are different kind of avarana. This avarana dharma vilakshanata is there. Distinction is there between these two. Avarana dharma vailakshanya iti chet. Now Siddhanti, first he has to prove that in Samana Desha, one thing can cover another thing. It need not be in Bhinna Desha. This is the first thing he has to do. So he explains that. Tika, verse you see. Kimidam Samana Deshatvam, Kim Ekashrayatvam, Kim va Ekakaranatvam, iti vikalpya adyam viruddhatvena dushayati. How many vikalpas are created?
Three.
How many vikalpas? Online students?
Three.
Two.
Two.
Two vikalpas. What are the two vikalpas? Kim idam samana deshatvam is not vikalpa.
Ashrayatvam
Is that thing about which there are vikalpas. Is Rama tall or is Rama short? How many vikalpas are there? Rama tall, short. Three vikalpas are not. Is Rama tall or is Rama short? Only two vikalpas are there. So here, kimidam samana deshatvam. Because samana desha is the point of contention. So what is this samana deshatvam? Kim ekashrayatvam samana deshatvam? Kimba ekakaranatvam samana deshatvam. In this way. To stay in one ashraya is called samana desha, or to have one karana is samana desha. Iti vikalpya. Adyam viruddhatvena dushayati. Adyam ekashrayatvam. So ekashrayatvam cannot be samana deshatvam. No. Ekashrayatvam means in one ashraya. See, this pot is there and this cloth is there. Okay. Do they have ekashrayatvam or not?
Yes.
So if I say, where is pataha, what will be the answer? In tantu. Where is ghataha? In kapala. Not in the hand. Ekashrayatva happened? No, there pata is ashrita in tantu. Ghata is ashrita in kapala. So ekashrayatva is not there. In bhashya. No. Simple example he gives. In a cup or in a pot, wherever, you put milk and you put water. Both are in the same thing. In that cup, milk is there, water is there. Water, can you see water distinctly? No. Water is covered by milk. So samana deshatva is there and water is covered by milk. Bas. Tulsi bhashya. Kshirodakadehe kshiradi avaranena ekadeshatva darshanat. Kshira becomes avarana. It is the covering of the udaka. Kshira udakadehe Shiradi Avaranena Ekadeshatva Darshana. They are in Ekadesha only. Same Desha, but Avarana is there. In Tika, Shirena Sankirnasya Udakadehe Avriyamanasya iti Avad. Shirena Sankirnasya Udakadehe. Udakadi which are covered by Shira Sankirnasya Udakadehe Avriyaman. Udaka which is covered Avriyamanasya. Avriyamanasya. What is the dhatu there? Anybody?
Dhatu. That's
What is the dhatu you said?
Vrit.
Not vrutu vartane. Avarane. Avarana is the dhatu. Vri avarane. Dvitiyam utthapayati ghatadi. In bhashya, Dvitiya vikalpa is eka karanatvam. So they don't have eka karanam. Ghatadi karye kapala churnadi abhayavanam antarbhavat anavarnatvam iti chet. Ghatadi karye, actually imagine if Purvapakshi is sitting in front of Bhashyakara and with so many arguments and all, he probably would have said, "Arey, whatever you are saying is right. Ghata is also sattva, karana sattva, karya sattva, everything." Ghatadi karye kapal churnadi avayavanam. Ghata is karya. Kapala is its avayava, right? Ghata is made up of kapala. Then kapalika is the avayava of kapala. Churna is the avayava of kapalika also. So ghata, kapala, kapalika, churna, the avayavanam antarbhavat. Now ghatadi karye, either you can take it as is. In Tippanikar, Bade Maharaj has given a Bahurihi Samasa. I will first see without that how we understand. In Ghatadi Karya, first you see this. Don't start seeing the Tippani. Ghatadi Karya, in Ghatadi Karya, Kapala Churna, all these are their avayavas, they are antarbhava. Antarbhavat, anavaranam. In the Karya, there is anavaranam. Once the Karya is there, then there is anavaranam. This is one way of understanding. If you take it as Bahuri, 7 number Tippani. Ghatadini karyani yasya tasmin murdatmani iti. So Ghatadi karya means mrittika. In mrittika. Ghatadi karye means karyani yasya mrittika. Yeah, mrittikatmani it is given. Ghata is the karyam of whose? That clay. For that, kapala is avayava, churna is avayava. So their antarbhava is there in mrittika, in that clay. So because of that, anavaranatvam, antarbhavat anavaranatvam. If they are already included there, where they are not doing any avaranam. In mrittika itself, there is kapala, churna. They are not separately existing to do any avarana. See what Puru Siddhanti had said. Mrittika is anugata. In ghata, you remember that. Mrittika was there in pinda, mrittika is there in ghata. So it is anugata. Ghata is covered by pinda. Like what did I say? Mrittika, pinda, ghata. Ghata is covered by pinda. This is clear. Purvapakshi is saying here, pinda, kapala, churnam, whatever you say, they are all avayava only of mrittika. Why? How do you say one thing is covering? Kapala is covering ghata, churna is covering ghata. Avayavanam antarbhavat. They are all included in mrittika. So they cannot be the avarana. Anavaranatvam iti chet. Tika. Yasya idam karyam. This is a long statement. Means there are two statements. Yasya idam karyam tasmin mrudatmani tesham avasthanat tadvat tesham anavaranatvam ityarthah. Yasya idam karyam tasmin mrudatmani. Yasya idam ghatadi karyam. Yasya kasya karyam mrudaha. Yasya mrudaha idam ghatadi karyam tasmin mrudatmani. This is why he took Bahuri. Tasmin mrudatmani tesham avasthanat. Sorry, tesham avasthanat. Tesham mrudatmani avasthanat. They all are there in mrudatma. Avasthanat tadvat tesham anavaranatvam. Tadvat. Tadvat means tamaha kudyadivat. You write down. Tadvat in that tat. What is tat? Tamaha kudya. And in tesham, what is tat? Pinda kapaladinam. That also you write down. Pinda kapaladinam. Whenever there are too many sarvanama in a vakya, in a statement, if there are too many pronouns, unless I know the meaning of each of them, I will not know what the statement is. If I say, he will go there, but he has to take that. Now, who is this he? What is there? What is that? If I don't know any of these, that vakya is incomplete. That's why in Tat Tvamasi, what is that Tat? I don't know. So here also, Tesham avasthana tadvat Tesham anavarnatvam. So, tamaha kudyadivat pinda kapaladinam avaranatvam na anavarnatvam. Just like how tamaha kudya, they are covering an object, like that pinda kapala, they don't cover. They have different kind of avaranatvam. Ityartha. Ghatavastha mrinmatra vritti kapaladehe in Tika. Ghatavastha mrinmatra vritti kapaladehe घटानावरणत्वम् इष्टमेव इति सिद्ध साध्यता अव्यक्त घटावस्थ मृत वृत्ति कपालादेहे अनावरणत्व साधने हेतु सिद्धि घटस्य कपालादेश्च आश्रय मृत अवयव भेदात् इति दूषयति. घटावस्थ मृन्मात्र वृत्ति घट अवस्था यस्य तद घटावस्थ मृत मात्र वृत्ति ही यस्य कपालस्य. So these घटावस्था and mrid matra vritti you can understand as karmadharaya, each of these. But ghatavastha by itself is bahuvrihi, mrid matra vritti is bahuvrihi. Mrid matram vritti hi yasya. Where is kapala existing? See, slowly understand. Kapala means the parts of this pot. They are called kapala. Let's say two halves. So sometimes they say these two halves get connected. They connect the two and make one pot. I have not seen creating like that, but Nayayikas, they explain that way, that two halves are there and they are put together. So Kapala now is in Ghata Avastha. So Kapala is Ghata Avastha. Ghata Avastha Yasya. Saha Ghata Avastha Kapala. And Kapala is always going to be remaining in Mrittika. So it is called Munan Matra Vritti. So that is another Shabda given. Ghatavastha Munan Matra Vritti Kapala. Adehe is just giving other things you include similar. Kapalika, etc. So right now Kapala is in Ghatavastha and it is actually staying in Mrittika. Kapalika, if you take, is also in Ghatavastha, staying in Mrittika. Churna is in Ghatavastha, staying in Mrittika. Ghata Anavarnatvam Ishtameva. They are not covering Ghata when it is Ghatavastha. When it is in Ghatavastha, Kapala is not covering Ghata. Ghata is Spashta, Abhivyakta. Right? If it is not in Ghatavastha, then it will cover. ishtameva iti siddha sadhyata. So in this case, there is no objection. We agree with this. And avyakta ghatavastha mrid vritti kapala dehe. Avyakta ghata. This is vyakta ghata. That first part we saw. Same thing, you change it now. If the ghata is not vyakta, avyakta ghata avastha mrid vritti kapala. The same kapala which is mrid vritti. Mrid vritti kapala dehe. Anavaranatva sadhana. You say that is not covering, then there hetu asiddhi. That is not correct. Here actually it is covering. If ghata is not manifest, means it is appearing like parts, pieces, or lump, something, then in that case, anavaranatva is not true. So, if you take this as the hetu, avyakta ghatavastha mridvritti kapala dehe anavaranatva sadhane, if you take this as the hetu and say it is not covering, hetu asiddhi. By ghatasya kapaladesha आश्रय मृद अवयव भेदात इति दूषयति. घटस्य आश्रय is different mrid avayava. Kapaladi ashraya is different mrid avayava. Or if you say, because ghata is ashrita in kapala, and kapala is not ashrita in kapala. Kapala is ashrita in kapalika. Like pata has rupam. What is the ashraya for pata rupa? Pata. And tantu has rupam. Tantu rupa is ashrita in tantu. So, from outside you see, you feel pata rupa and tantu rupa, they both are in the same thing. But pata rupa is in pata, tantu rupa is in tantu. Like that here he says, ghatasya kapaladescha ashraya mrid avayava bhedat. Ghata ashraya is different mrid avayava. Kapala ashraya is different mrid avayava in this way. Dushayati. Na vibhaktana in bhashya. न विभक्तानां कार्यांतरत्वात् आवरणत्व उपपत्तेः. विभक्तानां विभक्तानां 8 नंबर टिप्पणी. परस्परं भिन्नानां. विभक्त means those which are distinct from each other. परस्परं भिन्नानां कार्यांतरत्वात् भिन्न कार्यत्वात् इति. भिन्न कार्यत्वात् means they have भिन्न कारणम. Like how I gave the example, right? Ghata karana is different, kapala. Pata karana is different. So because they have different karana, therefore they are different karya. So the Pankti says vibhaktanam karyantaratvat. They are vibhakta, distinct. They have different karana, therefore they are different karya. Karyantaratvat avaranatva upapattehe. Avaranatva is possible. Ghata can be covered by kapala in avyakta avastha. In this way. Because ghatasya karanam is different mrida avayava, kapalasya karanam is different mrida avayava. Is this clear? So this one page of argument, right? In English we have given some, but if all the details, sometimes if they are not there, you try to put what is the discussion going on. You know, to do homework, there is so much. in Brahadaranyaka, you can like go on dwelling on lot of things, and it will be all Upanishad Vichara. So once you get used to this, then later also you will be able to follow this. What is the question?
Hari Om Swamiji. Swamiji, Vyakta Ghata is anavrita by Kapala.
Is Anavrata by Kapala.
And going backwards also, like Kapala, Kapalika, Vrikta.
Hmm.
But so, is there an explanation for the vice versa? Because for us,
Is this the expression for?
the vice versa aspect, like is Kapalika anavrita by Kapala. Kapala is anavrita or avrita by Thata. Vyakta. Because our discussion, if we connect it to Jagat and Brahma, we need it in the other direction.
So here, what see discussion is Brahma is there, which is Mrittika Sthaniya, right? Mrittika is like Brahma, and you have different Karya. So the discussion is one Karya is covering another Karya. Purvapakshi said, if they are in the Samana Desha, how can it cover? Because Mrittika and Ghata are in the same Desha. So how can it cover? So Siddhanti said, in Samana Desha, covering is possible, just like Shira and Udaka. Milk and water, they are in the same place, they can cover. So the point of discussion started with Samana Deshatva or not. This was one point. And then second discussion is, what is Samana Deshatva? Ekashrayatvam, Ekakaranatvam. So they don't have Ekakarana. This we proved, right? This Vibhaktanam Karyantaratvat. Vibhaktanam, so that 8 number Tippani, Karyantaratvat, Bhinna Karyatvat. Bhinna Karyam is there, only it is possible when they have Bhinna Karanam. If Karanam is different, then Karyam will be different. So, discussion is restricted to this much right now. If you say, just as Ghata is covered by Kapala or other things, are Kapala etc. covered by Ghata? So, when Ghata is manifest, Kapala is its Avayava. Avayavi Ghata, if you say it is covering, that is called Avidya. Like Ghata is covering Mrittika, let us say. When my attention is on Ghata, I don't see Mrittika. Well, this is called Ajnana. Because here Mrittika alone is Satyam. Ghata is Vacharampanam. But that discussion right now they have not taken. Now Purvapakshi understood this, that Ghata is already present. See, he is taking some ideas. Ghata is already present in Mrittika. Avarana is Pindadi. Okay. So he says, you don't need Kulala, you don't need Danda Chakra to produce Ghata. Just remove the Avarana. See in Tika. Vidyamanasya eva आवृतत्वात् अनुपलब्धिश्चेत् आवरण तिरस्कारे यत्नः स्यात् न घटादेः उत्पत्तौ. If ghata is vidyamanasya eva ghatasya, but only avrita, it is covered, present but covered, therefore it is not available. Anupalabdhi is chet your effort should be in avarana tiraskara. Avarana tiraskare yatnah syat. Na ghatadehe utpattau. Like in dark room, if ghata is there. In dark room, ghata is there. You don't need pot maker and all the material to create pot. What do? Avarana nivritti. You just bring prakash, ghata is there. So now he says, if it is vidyamana but avrita, that's why not available. All your effort should be in avarana nivritti, not ghata utpatti. This is against our anubhava. Anubhava virodha satkaryavadinah syat. This is not our anubhava. Our anubhava is that we have to, in mrittika, ghata is there, you are saying. But to produce, we are putting effort, not like in removing the avarana. So सत्कार्यवादिनः अनुभव विरोधः स्यात् इति शंकते. भाष्य. आवरण अभाव एव यत्नः कर्तव्यः. आवरण अभावे एव यत्नः कर्तव्यः चेत् इति चेत्. So effort should be in आवरण removal. पिंड कपाल अवस्थयोः विद्यमानमेव घटादि कार्यम् आवृतत्वात् न उपलभ्यते इति चेत्. Purvakshi itself is elaborating, he is explaining. That is given in Tika, you see. Tadeva prapanchayati. Prapanchayati means Vistarena Bhakti. He is explaining this with some elaboration. That Pinda Kapala Avasthayoho. Pinda Avastha is there, Kapala Avastha is there. Pinda Kapala Avasthayoho Vidyamanam eva Ghatadi Karyam. Ghata which is Vidyamana. Avrutatvat na upalapyate. Ghata which is, remember I told you, existing and available for transaction, vyavahara. Purvapakshi is still not getting it. He is saying if it is available, then if it is existing, but covered by pinda kapala etc. Pinda kapala avasthayoho vidyamana ghatadi karyam avrutatvat naupalabhyate iti chet ghatadi karyarthina, person who is interested in ghata, तद आवरण विनाश एव यत्नः कर्तव्यो. आवरण विनाशे एव यत्नः कर्तव्यः. यत्न should be there for आवरण विनाशे, न घटादि उत्पत्तौ. Same idea he has explained a little bit more. न च एतदस्ति, still in bhashya, but this is not the case because we put forth effort for ghata utpatti from mrittika. Tasmad ayuktam. See, Purvapakshi, many times he will say this. Somebody says, I want, let's say Advaitin goes somewhere and say, I want water. So you say, here is some raw steel. From this, you say there is already Vidyamana. You drink water. We will take cup because we don't say it is already existing. You say this. So like the same thing, somebody says, I need ghata for drinking water. And here is some clay, drink. So these arguments are fallacious. When there is Paramartha Chintanam, this kind of bringing Vyavahara inside is incorrect. When you are in Vyavahara, you have to give reality to those Namarupa. To that extent only. So while Vyavahara is going on, you start talking about Paramartha and all, is not appropriate. We don't say in Paramartha, Mrittika and Ghata, they are different. In Paramartha. In Paramartha, they are one. In Vyavahara, they are different. how do we say there is Karya Karana Sambandha? If Mrittika equals Ghata, where is Karya Karana? For Karya Karana, you need two things. They have to be distinct from each other at least in some way. If they are same, there is no Karya Karana. What is the distinction? Avastha distinction is there. Karana was before, Karya comes later. And Karya requires specific effort. You and I, we may think that Mritika, to what is there, Ghata to prepare? You sit there and you see, we try to do it, something else only will come out. Nobody will drink water in that. If at all, it has some space there. So it is totally there. For that Vyavahara, you need specific effort. Nacha etadasti, tasmad ayuktam. Therefore, your argument is not correct. Vidyamanasya eva avrutatvat anupalabdhihi. This statement is not correct. It is there, but it is covered, therefore not available. Existing, but not available because it is a covering is not correct. Purvapakshi said. In Tika. Yatra avrutam vastu vyajyate, tatra avarana bhanga eva yatnaha. Avarana bhange eva yatna. If avrutam vastu vyajyate, vyajyate means it becomes manifest. Tatra avarana bhange eva yatnaha. Then their effort is only in avarana bhanga. Iti vyapti abhavat. Siddhanti says there is no such vyapti. That if a thing is covered, then the effort should be put only in removing the avarana, not in utpatti. That vyapti is not there. Yat, you can think of it this way. Yatra yatra avrutam vastu vyajyate, tatra tatra avarana bhange eva yatnaha. This vyapti is not there. Vyapti abhavat. Na anubhav virodo asti. This is not against our anubhava. Dushayati. Na aniyamat. What is aniyam? Aniyamam sadhayati. So he explains aniyam. Nahi vinasha matra prayatnat eva ghatadi abhivyaktir niyata. Vinasha matra, vinasha of avarana. Avarana vinash alone as the effort and ghata will become abhivyakta. There is no such rule. In Tika, in further, in Bhashya. Tama adi आवृत्ते घटादौ pradipadi utpattau prayatna darshana. You see, there also prayatna is required. What prayatna is there? You have to kindle the light. Pradipadi utpattau prayatna is there. Even if ghata is covered by tamaha, there also effort is there to remove one kind of avarana. So there the effort is in the form of lighting the lamp. And where pindadi or avarana, there the effort is in the form of removing pindadi avarana. So there you have to do different effort. Tika. Tamasa vrute ghatadau deepotpattau yatno asti iti atra chodayati. If a ghata is covered by tamaha, tamasa vrute ghatadau deepa utpattau yatna asti, there prayatna is required. So prayatna darshana. Now Purvapakshi is questioning this. Chodayati. Iti atra chodayati. Chodayati means is questioning. So sopi tamo nashaya eva iti chet. This is Purvapaksha. So api. What is saha? Yatnaha. That prayatna is also for tamo nasha only. Pradipa utpatti, that Prayatna is also for avarana nasha, Purva Pakshi says. In Tika. Anubhav virodham ashankya uktam eva vyanakti. So now he elaborates, Purva Pakshi elaborates. In this bhashya, the good part is Purva Pakshi always elaborates whatever statement he makes. दीपादि उत्पत्तौ अपि यः प्रयत्नः सोपि तमस्तिरस्करणाय. Whatever effort is put forth for lighting the lamp is also for removing the darkness only. That effort is not for ghata utpatti. Purvapakshi is saying. Tamastiraskaranaaya. Tasmin nashte. Tasmin nashte. What is tasmin? Tamasi. Tamasi nashte. Ghataha swayameva upalabhyate. When tamaha tamo nashto bhavati, tamasi nashte, घट स्वयमेव उपलभ्यते, नहीं घटे किंचित आदीयते. तस्मिन् सप्तमी तस्मिन् तमसि नष्टे सति घटः स्वयमेव उपलभ्यते. So more we will see tomorrow. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashyakritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah. Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Veda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyaptadehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.